Welcome to the Pleiadian Star Tribe Talk Show. Today, we're doing a deep dive, taking a close look at some really fascinating material on intuitive parenting, specifically raising the next generation of what the sources call empaths and starseeds. Now, if you're around kids at all these days, your own, maybe grandkids, nieces, nephews, or even just, out in the world, you probably felt it too. There's just something different. Children seem to be coming in with this incredible awareness, a depth of emotion, a sensitivity that feels amplified compared to how things maybe used to be. And this really demands we rethink how we parent, how we guide them. It's less about following old rules and more about stepping into this intuitive co-creation. To help us explore all this, I'm so happy to have Mistress Gypsywind here with us today to share her insights on parenting these really energetically attuned souls.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here and dive into this. The source material really highlights something profound that so many are feeling. It talks about this quiet revolution. It's not loud, not in the news or anything. It's happening right in our homes,
Yeah.
in nurseries, playrooms, backyards. It's a revolution of souls, and it's already starting to shift the energy of the planet.
A revolution of souls. I like that.
Yeah, and the key thing here is that these children aren't just like the next step biologically. The sources call it upgraded blueprints. They're described as empaths, starseeds, old souls, arriving with a specific purpose.
Me too.
To help with this planetary awakening we're all going through, to literally raise the Earth's vibration just by being here, by holding their naturally high frequency.
Okay, upgraded blueprints. That resonates. It explains that intensity you sometimes see, doesn't it? If they're operating at this higher frequency,
Oh,
wow, they must face some real challenges living in our world, which can still feel pretty dense and chaotic.
Oh, absolutely. That's the core challenge, really. Their whole sensory system is magnified, like times 100. They feel emotions, not just their own, but everyone's. They read energy fields. Their little nervous systems are like these constantly scanning antennas.
Wow.
So yeah, staying grounded is tough. Their spiritual antennas are always up, picking up on stuff most adults have learned to tune out or just ignore. And because they're taking in so much, those old parenting models, the ones based on, strict control, they just don't work. They actually backfire.
Right. So intuitive parenting, it's a completely different approach.
It has to be. It's a total paradigm shift. The sources are clear. It's about moving away from trying to control behavior from the outside and instead really truly listening to what their soul needs on the inside. We have to see them not as like blank slates we need to write on, but as mirrors of the divine. That's the phrase used. Our role, it's to validate that incredible sensitivity, to help them understand it's not a weakness, not something wrong with them. It's actually a sign of a very advanced, aware consciousness.
That validation piece feels so important. Let's dig into that more, starting with the empaths. The sources call them the heart mirrors of the new earth. What does that actually look like day to day?
Okay, so the empathic child, they're described as the emotional translator of the collective. It's a big job. They aren't just feeling their own sadness or happiness. They are literally absorbing, processing, and reflecting the feelings of everyone around them, often without even realizing it.
So, like, they might feel anxious because someone else nearby is anxious.
Exactly. Think about the constant stream of information. They feel the hidden sadness of a friend at school, even if that friend is smiling. They pick up on the unspoken tension between parents. And sometimes it's even bigger picture stuff. The source material poetically calls it feeling the ache of the planet when the rainforests weep. It's this deep, constant absorption. And honestly, it can be exhausting for them, physically draining.
That makes so much sense. If they're constantly processing all that emotional noise, it must be incredibly overwhelming. How does that usually show up? What kind of behaviors might parents notice?
Well, you often see it physically and behaviorally, like sudden meltdowns that seem way out of proportion to whatever just happened.
Oh, definitely seen those.
Yeah.
Spilled juice leading to a total collapse.
Right. But it's likely not just the juice. It's probably built up energy from the whole day or even longer finally spilling over. You might also see unexplained tummy aches, headaches, or just a general sense of anxiety. That emotional energy, if it's not released, gets stuck in their physical body. And avoidance is a big one. Resisting going to crowded places like malls or parties, wanting to withdraw and be alone a lot. It's often not because they're antisocial, but because they're instinctively trying to get away from the energetic static, They need a break.
Okay.
The sources use this great metaphor that empaths are like tuning forks.
Tuning forks. How so?
They just resonate with the emotional frequency of a room instantly. Before anyone even says anything, they feel the vibe, the dissonance, the truth under the surface. So in a way, they're constantly reminding us what's really going on emotionally, what needs attention, what needs healing, even if everyone else is pretending things are fine.
But that's where it gets tricky for parents, right? How do you know if it's this profound energetic sensitivity versus, say, maybe learned behavior, or even something like clinical anxiety that needs a different kind of support?
That is the absolute key distinction, and it's where parents often get a bit lost. It's easy to label it, to say they're just too sensitive or fragile, or that they have anxiety issues, or they need to toughen up,
Right, the toughen up approach.
which is the opposite of what they need.
Yes.
In this framework, we have to completely flip that perspective.
Yeah.
Their sensitivity isn't the problem. It's their superpower. It's their navigational tool, their compass. It tells them instantly, is this place safe? Is this person kind? What's the real energy here?
So the goal isn't to get rid of the sensitivity.
No, never. The goal is to protect that amazing sensitivity while also teaching them energetic literacy, helping them learn how to manage the input, teaching them grounding techniques, and crucially, helping them build strong, healthy, energetic boundaries so they can start to tell the difference. Is this my feeling, or did I just pick this up from somewhere else?
Okay, let's get practical. If a parent recognizes their child is an empath and is experiencing these energy overloads, what are the first, most important things they can do? What are some actual steps?
Number one, absolutely foundational, is establishing energetic safety. This means consciously creating quiet spaces for them. It could be a cozy corner in their room, a little reading nook, even just agreeing on a timeout signal where they can go to their room for 5 minutes, no questions asked. The point is, they need a place to retreat and actively recharge after being in overwhelming environments like school or a busy family gathering. And it needs to be framed as necessary self-care, like charging a battery, not as a punishment.
Okay, a safe recharge zone. That makes sense.
What else? Secondly, we need to teach them specific emotional release techniques, things that connect their physical body with their energy body. When those big waves of emotion hit, because for an empath, it feels like a tsunami, physically and psychically, we teach them simple things, like placing their hands right on their heart.
Just physically touching their chest.
Yes, hands on the heart chakra, and then consciously breathing light into that space. They can visualize a color, maybe green for healing or soft pink for love, expanding outwards from their heart with each breath. It's a simple physical anchor that helps center them, stops the energy from just swirling chaotically and lodging somewhere uncomfortable in their body.
And I imagine finding ways to get those feelings out is crucial too, since they can be so big and hard to put into words.
Oh, absolutely vital. Expressive outlets are key. The energy needs to move through them, not get stuck in them. So really encourage things like art, music, movement, journaling, storytelling, whatever clicks for them.
Like drawing their anger.
Exactly. If they're furious, let them scribble it out with dark, jagged lines. If they feel a sadness they can't name, maybe they can play some notes on a keyboard that sound like that sadness. Let them paint it, dance it, drum it, write a story about the energy they felt at the park. It's about giving that complex energy a form so it can be released from their system.
It sounds like these children are almost forcing the adults around them to become more aware too.
That's the beautiful, challenging loop of it. It always circles back to the parent, to the adults in their life. An empath child implicitly teaches us no, compels us to live more gently, more honestly. If you as the parent are constantly stressed out or suppressing your own feelings, pretending everything's okay when it's not, that empath child will mirror that chaotic energy right back at you. They'll absorb it, magnify it, and often get sick or act out because of it. It forces you to look at your own internal state, your own energetic hygiene. They really push us towards radical self-honesty.
Wow. So the child's struggle is often a direct reflection, or even a request, for the environment, especially the parents, to find more calm and clarity. That need for honesty is a powerful bridge to our next group, the Starseeds. The sources call these children cosmic rememberers. This sounds like it goes beyond emotional sensitivity into something else.
Yes, the Starseeds definitely bring a different flavor, a different energetic signature. We're talking about children, and the source material documents this consistently who talk about home being somewhere else, up there, among the stars. And they might talk about it with surprising detail, sometimes even before they have full sentences down. There's often this deep, almost aching sense of longing for a place they can't consciously point to on a map.
What kinds of things do they talk about?
They might describe recurring dreams filled with specific kinds of light, like brilliant blue or crystalline light. They might talk about cities made of pure sound, or describe interacting with beings that sound angelic or like light beings.
Okay, now for a parent hearing this, especially if they're new to these ideas, or maybe a bit skeptical, It can sound like a really active imagination, maybe influenced by movies or stories. How do you tell the difference? How do you validate that without feeling like you're just indulging fantasy?
That's the million-dollar question for parents, isn't it? But the perspective in these sources is firm. These aren't just fantasies. They're echoes, fragments of memory from their soul's origin point. When a child gazes at the stars and whispers, "I remember that place," or describes intricate, non-earthly architecture, they're tapping into a deep, soul-level knowing. And here's the critical part. Dismissing it, telling them it's just imagination, is incredibly painful for a starseed child. It invalidates their core truth, their very essence.
So their wiring is fundamentally different.
Fundamentally, both energetically and, the sources suggest, even subtly physically, their nervous systems are described as being like cosmic antennas.
Cosmic antenna.
Yeah, constantly tuned into interdimensional frequencies, higher realms. It's their default setting, and this explains why they're often extremely sensitive to things in our physical environment that others might not notice. Things like EMFs from electronics, harsh fluorescent lighting, synthetic fabrics, certain food additives.
So that sudden agitation after screen time or getting overwhelmed in a big store with bright lights, that could be their antenna getting overloaded.
Very likely. Their system is designed for purer, higher frequencies. The density and, frankly, the artificiality of much of modern life can feel really jarring, almost abrasive to their sensitive systems.
Okay, if their nervous system is tuned like that, constantly picking up higher frequencies, how does that clash with the demands of everyday earthly life? Like school schedules, chores, bedtime routines.
It creates a huge amount of internal conflict or dissonance. Our earthly life runs on linear time, right? Clocks, schedules, deadlines, a very step-by-step process. But starseeds often experience time and space as much more fluid, more simultaneous. They might be processing multiple frequencies or streams of information at once. So being forced into a rigid, minute-by-minute structure can feel incredibly confining, almost suffocating, like trying to pour the ocean into a tiny cup.
So resistance to rules might not be defiance.
Often it's not willful defiance at all. They might resist arbitrary rules or struggle in highly structured environments because their intuition, their antenna is telling them the real learning, the real important stuff is happening on a different level, a different frequency. It's a genuine clash between their innate cosmic freedom and the necessary limitations of being human on Earth right now.
So back to the parent. They're hearing these incredible cosmic stories, seeing the sensitivity. How do they become that anchor? How do you support that profound remembering of home while also helping the child feel safe and functional right here, right now, in their physical body?
The absolute key, stressed over and over in the sources, is validation over explanation, and doing it without confusion or fear on the parent's part.
Meaning you don't have to pretend you know exactly which star system they're from?
Exactly. You don't need to have all the cosmic answers. Your job is to nurture the truth of their experience, their remembering, without trying to force it into a neat, rational, earthly box that might not fit. When they share a story about visiting a city of sound, instead of dismissing it, you meet it with genuine curiosity and belief in their experience. Wow, tell me more about that city. What did the sound feel like?
Just listen and believe them.
Yes, that open, non-judgmental listening creates safety. It allows their truth to unfold organically, without shame or fear of ridicule. And another practical thing the sources mention is making bedtime sacred.
Sacred bedtime.
Yeah. For many starseeds, bedtime isn't just about sleep. It's when their consciousness might travel astrally, when they reconnect with guides or download information. It's when those memories of pre-birth agreements or soul purpose can surface. So creating a peaceful, protected ritual around bedtime, maybe some quiet time, soft music, definitely no scary stories or intense stimulation, shows reverence for that nightly journey. It creates a safe launch pad.
But all that focus on the stars and higher realms needs balance, right? They're here on Earth in a body. They need to be grounded.
100%. That balance is crucial. If they're always upstairs, energetically speaking, lost in the cosmos, they can't actually do what they came here to do. They can't fulfill their earthly mission. So yes, we need to be their dedicated Earth guides. Our job is to help them consciously, lovingly anchor that brilliant cosmic light into their physical bodies right here on this planet, bridging heaven and earth within themselves.
What does that look like? What are the best grounding practices for a starseed child? They sound like they might need something more potent than just go play outside.
They often do need more direct conscious connection. Top of the list is anything involving direct contact with the earth itself. Gardening is fantastic, literally getting their hands in the soil, feeling the texture, connecting with the plants, the roots. Walking barefoot is also huge, on grass, sand, dirt. Letting the soles of their feet directly touch the earth allows for an energy exchange. The planet's electromagnetic field helps to stabilize and harmonize their super-tuned systems.
Like plugging them back into the Earth's energy.
Exactly. And deep breathing, yes, but with a specific grounding visualization. You guide them to breathe deeply and imagine strong, warm roots growing down from the soles of their feet, going deep, deep down through the floor, through the foundation, through the rock, all the way down to the fiery magnetic core of the earth.
Visualizing roots.
Yes, anchoring themselves. The stronger they can feel those roots in their imagination, the safer, more present, and more integrated their cosmic energy feels within their physical body. Without these kinds of regular conscious grounding practices, starseeds can feel perpetually floaty, uncoordinated, spaced out, or just really out of sync with the pace and density of earthly life.
This really highlights the shift, doesn't it? Moving away from seeing kids as projects to be managed and towards seeing them as these incredible souls we get to partner with. Which brings us right into that third section, this new paradigm of parenting as co-creation, shifting from control to partnership.
It is the biggest shift and probably the hardest for many of us, especially if we were raised in that older, more hierarchical model. You know, the model where parenting was about authority, about molding the child into what society expected. Discipline first, listen later, maybe. It was often based on external rules and, let's be honest, sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtle, fear.
Right, because I said so.
Exactly. But this new paradigm the sources describe, it demands partnership. True co-creation between souls who happen to be in a parent-child relationship in this lifetime. Because these kids, these empaths and starseeds, they just don't respond well to fear or shame or being dominated. It doesn't compute with their high-frequency wiring. They are here for truth. They're here for love. They blossom. They awaken under understanding, respect, and validation. Using those old fear-based tactics, it just causes them to shut down energetically. You lose connection instantly.
It's like they're energetically designed to resist those old methods of control.
It really seems that way. They thrive when you honor their intuition, when you speak to them like the capable, intelligent souls they are, not like little subordinates who just need to follow orders without understanding why. When we actually trust that their internal guidance system is online and functioning, we affirm their very reason for being here.
There was a quote in the source material that just perfectly captured this transformation.
Oh, I know the one you mean. It's brilliant. That parent who said, I used to tell my son what to do. Now I ask him what his soul feels like doing.
Yes, that's it. Just that one sentence says it all, doesn't it?
It completely embodies the shift, moving the focus from managing external behavior to honoring internal soul-level guidance. And when that shift truly happens in a home, when the parent commits to seeing and respecting the child's inner compass, the whole dynamic changes. It stops being that constant battlefield of wills, which is what happens when you try to force control onto a highly aware soul. Instead, the home starts to feel like a sanctuary of light.
Yeah.
Because these children didn't just come for us to teach them, they came to teach us too. Their presence is designed to wake up the whole family.
Which means the parent can't just apply these as techniques. The parent has to be on their own journey of awakening too, right? You have to be willing to meet them where they are.
Oh, 100%. That's non-negotiable, really. The parent has to realize, okay, I'm not just raising this child is raising me. They are holding up that mirror constantly. If you try to do intuitive parenting just as a set of tricks, without doing your own inner work, healing your own wounds, becoming more aware of your own energy, the child will feel the inauthenticity immediately. It won't work. The parent has to be committed to their own growth, their own intuitive development, to become that clear, stable, authentic guide the child needs and deserves.
Okay, so for the parent who is ready, who wants to lean into this co-creation, let's talk practical tools again. The sources offer some really beautiful, simple ways to weave this sacredness into just everyday life, moving beyond the how was school routine.
Yes. These 5 practices are fantastic for shifting the energy. It's about moving from superficial logistics to genuine, energetic connection. First up, energy check-ins. So instead of the standard, almost transactional, how was your day, get your homework done, try asking something like, how's your energy feeling tonight? Or, where in your body are you feeling your energy right now?
Ooh, I like that. It's a totally different kind of question.
It is. It immediately shifts the focus inward. It opens the door to talking about feelings, sensations, intuition. It teaches the child to check in with their internal state first, before just reporting on external events.
Can you give a quick example, like if a child seems off?
Sure. Let's say they come home looking really frazzled or upset. Instead of, what happened? Who upset you? You could try, wow, it looks like your energy is moving really fast right now. Is that your energy? Or did you maybe pick some up from school today?
Hmm.
And if they point to their tummy and say, it feels heavy here, you validate it. Okay, your tummy's holding that heaviness. Let's try breathing into it and see if we can help it release. See? It moves from blame or story into sensation and self-care.
Okay, that's powerful. What's next?
Second, chakra color play. This is fun and insightful. Keep crayons, paints, markers around in the basic chakra colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Then just casually invite them to draw or color, and afterwards ask which colors they felt really drawn to using that day, or maybe which colors they actively avoided.
Avoided? What would that tell you?
Well, the thinking is it might indicate where there's an energy blockage or something needing attention. Like consistently avoiding red might suggest struggles with grounding or feeling safe. Avoiding blue could point to difficulty speaking their truth. It's not about diagnosing, but it gives them a nonverbal way to express their energetic state. It validates that color is energy and they can use it intuitively.
Fun and therapeutic. Okay, number 3.
Third, especially important for grounding everyone, family grounding rituals. Make it a regular thing. It can be super simple, like lighting a candle together before dinner or maybe after a dizzy day. Everyone takes 3 slow, deep breaths together. And then you guide them, just for a moment, to visualize those strong roots connecting everyone in the family down into the heart of the earth. It's like a mini reset button, a collective anchor that stabilizes the energy of the whole house.
I love that. Simple but connective. Number 4.
Number 4 involves water. Water conversations or blessings. We know water holds memory and intention, right? Research even points to this. So encourage your kids to consciously interact with their water. Before they drink a glass of water or before they get into the bath, invite them to whisper a blessing or some love or a positive intention into it, like, I intend to feel peaceful, or just, thank you, water.
Oh, wow.
It's a simple daily practice that teaches them tangibly the power of their words, their intention, their vibration. It shows them they can literally program their realities starting with water.
That's teaching manifestation from a young age. Okay, and the 5th one.
And 5th, especially helpful for kids with really vivid inner lives, like the Starseeds who might be astro traveling. The dream journal. Keep a simple notebook and maybe some colored pencils right by their bed. Encourage them as soon as they wake up, if they remember anything, a dream, a vision, a feeling, to just jot it down or draw a quick picture, even just keywords. Explain that recording these snippets helps patterns emerge over time, soul memories, guidance. It honors those non-physical experiences and shows that they contain valuable wisdom, even if the conscious mind forgets quickly.
These are beautiful. They really shift parenting from tasks and schedules to presence and energy.
Exactly. They're not chores. They're invitations to live a more integrated, soul-led life together.
This whole deep dive really underscores that we're part of something much bigger than just raising our own individual children. It feels like a collective undertaking. What is the larger purpose here, raising these empaths and starseeds right now?
Oh, the bigger picture is immense. It's nothing less than, as the sources suggest, midwifing the evolution of humanity. That's the scale we're talking about. When we consciously choose intuitive parenting, when we validate these children's inner reality instead of shutting it down, we're doing more than just helping one child. We're actively participating in the collective shift, the ascension process.
How does that work on a macro level?
Think about it. A child who learns, through your support, to deeply trust their own inner voice, their intuition. They grow into an adult who naturally listens to spirit, to their higher guidance. They make choices aligned with their soul. A child whose profound sensitivity is honored and protected, not shamed. They become a powerful force for healing and compassion in the world. They become the healers, the innovators, the system changers, instead of wounded adults fighting a world that felt hostile.
And the starseeds, if we help them anchor safely.
Every single Starseed child who feels safe enough to remember who they are, and crucially, safe enough to fully embody their light here on Earth without dimming it, they become, as the source material beautifully puts it, a pillar of light that stabilizes the collective grid.
Wow, pillars of light.
Literally. They are holding a higher frequency for the planet. Our role as intuitive parents is vital in making sure those pillars feel strong, supported, and anchored so they don't feel overwhelmed by the density and retreat. We help them stay online, fulfilling the mission they came here for.
It really brings it home that the parent's journey and the child's journey are completely intertwined. It's the same divine story, as the source said. We're learning and remembering side by side.
We truly are. It's a beautiful shared awakening. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I'd love to offer just a final thought, maybe more of a closing ritual, something really simple that anyone listening can do, maybe even tonight.
Please do.
Tonight, when your child is sleeping or maybe just resting quietly nearby, gently place your hand over their heart, right over their chest, that center of knowing, and just whisper so their soul can hear it. You are safe, you are loved, and you came here on purpose.
That's lovely.
Let them feel that truth anchor within them. But then, and this part is just as important, once you've offered that to your child, take a slow, deep breath and consciously breathe that exact same message into your own heart. For yourself, I am safe, I am loved, I came here on purpose. Acknowledge your own journey, your own light. Recognize, as the Source puts it, the luminous patience of the earth watching us rise. Because when you, the parent, feel safe, loved, and purposeful in your own being, that's when you become the calmest, clearest, most powerful guide your amazing child needs to shine their unique light in this world.